Today, I'd like to tackle an interesting question that someone asked me last week. Now, the question is, do you need to start off with a 300,000 naira camera if you want to learn photography? Now, my answer is, you only need to buy a 300k camera if you can afford a 300k camera, and that's not going to be too much of a setback. Because really, when you're starting out learning photography, you don't know enough about the art, you don't know enough about yourself, and you don't know enough about the artistic direction that you're going to grow in to determine which kind of camera you're going to go and throw hundreds of thousands of naira at to buy. So in my own opinion, I think it's best to start with the most affordable camera that you can get, and let's say you're willing to spend some bucks for the body, the external flash, and any other accessories. I would say you can even get a decent camera for half the price or for a third of the price. So really it depends on you. But these are the key things that you have to look out for when you're looking to buy a camera that you want to use to learn how to be a photographer. And that's the key word, to learn. Because if whether you're going to do this professionally or for a hobby, the chances are that the camera that you start with is not going to be the camera that you're going to continue with for the rest of your life. So what to look out for in a starting camera? Number one, I think you should make sure that whatever the model it is that you're buying, just make sure that it allows you to adjust everything manually. Now, you're not going to know enough. That's if you're a complete beginner, you're not going to know enough about the camera to determine that. So go along with a friend who knows one or two things about cameras, or be sure that you're getting the camera from a store where the person is knowledgeable, the person knows about these sorts of things. Because I've been to some camera stores where I need to know one or two more things about the device before I buy it, and the person who is behind the counter knows absolutely nothing about it. So just make sure that it's a store where the person is knowledgeable. So if you can adjust everything manually, and by everything I mean your aperture, that's the thing that controls how much light that comes into the camera, your shutter speed, that is the thing that determines how long the light hits the sensor, the white balance, that's what determines how colors are accurately reproduced, and what else? Your ISO, that is what determines how sensitive your sensor is to be able to attract and retain light. So once you get a camera that allows you to adjust these four things that I've spoken about, your aperture, your shutter speed, your white balance, and your ISO. Yeah, so those four things. Once you get a camera that allows you to manually adjust those things, I think you're good to go. Because with that, you're going to be able to learn the basics from any tutor who is worth his salt. Now, as you begin to learn more about the kind of photography that you're interested in, you can now buy different bodies with either greater sensor sensitivity, or whether it's ergonomic factors, like you want the camera that looks bigger, or uh, whatever it is. People have different things that they look out for when they buy cameras. For me, since I'm an event photographer and I end up shooting in challenging light conditions, what I pay attention to is the light sensitivity of the camera. So basically, just get the most affordable one that you can afford for now, so long as it allows you to adjust those four things, and you'll be fine. The same thing goes with the lens. Don't go and buy the most expensive lens that you can afford for now, because you do not know enough about yourself, the business, or the art direction you're going to go in to invest hundreds of thousands in a camera lens. So just buy the most affordable one that you can afford. Usually, a camera will come with something called a kit lens. A kit lens is something that has a focal range of about, let's say, 18 to 75 millimeters. For those of you who don't know anything about photography, that might sound like mumbo jumbo, but just take it from me that that kind of lens has enough zoom range. And zoom, that's when you see the photographer holding the barrel and doing this. He's either trying to get in, zoom in closer to the action or away. So now that offers enough focal range for you to photograph a wide variety of things, whether you're shooting birthday parties, or you want to take pictures of your children, or take pictures of your car, or let's say you sell Ankara on Instagram and you want to take pictures of your Ankara. It's going to allow you to take um, it's going to be handy enough to allow you to take a wide variety of photos. Now, as you learn about the art and you see how you're limited in that, you'll now know whether you're going to buy lenses that are either more expensive or more sturdy, that is more durable, or have a greater focal length, or whatever it is that catches your fancy. So for now, my own recommendation to the person who asked me last week, and for those of you who are watching this video, you don't need to buy a 300,000 naira camera. With some shopping around, you can get one for half the price, you can get one for a third of the price with all the accessories that you need, so long as they allow you to adjust those four important things. Can you change your aperture? Can you change your shutter speed? Can you change your ISO? Can you change your white balance? If the camera allows you to do that, you'll be fine for now. As you grow and as you get more money, you'll be able to get yourself a better camera.